Hello there, Mike. Now, you and Clyde were talking earlier about Langston Galloway's play as of late. And head coach Derek Fisher has noticed that and more. In fact, last night, Fisher pointed out both Galloway and Lance Thomas. And since coming to the Knicks, they have completely changed the culture surrounding the team. Earlier you mentioned Rutgers quarterback Gary Nova as he was honored on Senior Day. The Elmwood Park, New Jersey native has contributed, enjoyed some of the great moments in Rutgers football the last 4 seasons, but he's also endured the lows.
Thank you, and Draymond Green is way too happy right now because his Michigan State Spartans beat my Maryland Terrapins. Look at the smile on his face. And let's also talk about that other really good team you're playing for right now. Draymond, last year you guys were 51-31 to end the season. You're already at 51 wins. How has this team made that jump in 1 year with still a good 4 weeks to go with the season?
Another Big Ten Conference matchup, Coach, and another chance to see a great running back. Tevin Coleman, how do you slow him?
All right, Mike, thank you. Carmelo, you haven't been feeling well. You could barely talk at shoot-around. How do you explain the way you came out in the first quarter?
Coach, the last names of your players have been on their jerseys in previous games. They are not today. What is the story behind that?
Just pay respect to our history and our traditions and all the players that have come before us. It means a lot to this university, so symbolically we wanted to do that today for homecoming.
And speaking of homecoming, over 100,000 strong here today. How do you hope that plays to your advantage with that Northwestern no-huddle offense?
Well, we're hoping that we make it very difficult for them to communicate. Our fans are always awesome, and I know they'll be great today.
Coach Franklin, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Clay, the Knicks had a 5-point lead early in the second quarter, and then you guys unleashed 47 points. Just explain that quarter, how you were able to open it up.
We played really unselfish, trust each other, move the ball, and Steph was aggressive and Bo was aggressive with the ball in his hands, and just playing unselfish, that's what it does.
There's no secret what you and Steph Curry can do and how the both of you could score from 3, but how were you guys running plays to just get so many uncontested shots from three-point range?
We just weren't settling. We were always trying to get a good shot great shot down the floor, and it was just got to give credit to everybody on the floor out there. We were all playing unselfish and trying to move the ball as much as possible, and just getting a good flow that way. When the ball is hot and it's moving, it's much easier rhythm to shoot the ball.
52 wins, 17 games to go. Are there any areas you guys want to improve upon before hitting the playoffs?
Keep our turnovers down, and if we do that, we'll be all right. We'll be really successful.
Did you get Steph anything interesting for his birthday?
Not yet.
Let's check in downstairs with Tina.
And Kevin, to build on what Sean just said about Gary Nova's demeanor, yesterday when we spoke to offensive coordinator Ralph Friedgen, he said he's been so impressed with Nova's composure, whether it's a bad play or a good play. And you see on both of these Rutgers touchdowns, James and Carew, very little reaction or emotion from Nova after the touchdown. In fact, after the James touchdown, I saw him come back to the bench, took his helmet off, and immediately picked up the clipboard to start going over plays in the series. Back to you,
Kenny,
Kevin.
today is what Vucevic considers his 2nd birthday. It is the 9th anniversary of a horrible train crash, a derailment, the worst train crash in Montenegro history that Vucevic survived. He was 15 years old and traveling with his youth basketball team, and that particular train crash killed 47 people, including one member of his youth basketball team, and nearly 200 others were injured. He walked away uninjured. And every year, and this happened this morning before this Knicks Magic game, an email and texting chain goes out with the 10 surviving members of that basketball team all wishing each other a happy 2nd birthday. Kenny?